This has to be the creepiest place to start a vlog, so I apologize in advance, but I thought it'd be a nice quiet place to actually make a video. Someone's coming. Oh God, I'm scared. So I'm actually in a closed subway station right now and it's like 1 a.m. So I wasn't really expecting anyone else to pop down. Got a runner, a track star. I just wanted to introduce what this vlog is going to be about. I don't even want to call it a vlog because it's not going to be a vlog, but basically I just want to kind of extend the amount of content that I'm putting up and show you some really kind of raw, unedited places around Seoul and the rest of Korea and even different countries. And so that's why you should watch this series. But in terms of my own motivations as well, I will say the selfish reason that I have for making these videos is because I've been spending way too much time at home. So it's been hot and all that kind of stuff. So I have been staying inside in the aircon. But whilst I've been off work, I've noticed that I've spent way too much time moping about inside my house, and so I feel like making these videos is going to get me out of the house and walking and more active. You know, sedentary lifestyle is not good. It's like a huge cause of diseases and death these days. So thanks for helping me out, you guys, with this series and supporting it and allowing me to kind of run around and show you guys some cool stuff. Only feels right to begin the vlog at the Hongdae Clock Tower, and I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this if you've ever been to Red Road in Hongdae. At the end of Red Road, the southern part of Red Road, there's this bizarre looking clock tower thing, and the time's actually accurate. I've never really checked that before, but it is currently around 11:30 at night, so it's actually a functional clock tower as well. Anyway, I don't really know what I'm waffling on about. But I need a good way to start the vlog because this is going to be a series that we're going to be in together now for a while. I'm committed. I've got the camera, I've got the equipment, I've got the willpower, and so let's do it. Let's do it. So basically this vlog is going to be, I don't even want to call it a vlog. I'm just going to be turning on the camera every single day, documenting life here in Korea and also adding a few little segments to keep the whole thing interesting. I think I want to focus on just kind of, it's almost like a stream, right? So I know everyone's really into streaming these days. I just can't bring myself to become a streamer. So I think this is the next best thing, is just to do these very unedited, off the cuff, just hanging out, showing you what it's like living in Korea, and obviously if I travel then I'll take you guys along as well to wherever I might go, Japan, Hong Kong, whatever, who knows. But yeah, just want to get some long form content out for you guys and yeah, do a bit more because I've been focusing on short form, as you guys know, for a while now, and I feel like a lot of things are very truncated, and sometimes I have a thought and you have to kind of sit down and you have to reduce it to a few seconds, and there's a lot of miscommunication because of that, and people often take what you say the wrong way because it's just like a 5-10 second snippet of what you're trying to express. For those who still have the patience and still have the concentration levels to actually watch a whole YouTube video, I hope you come along for the ride. So one of the things is, because I want this to be more like streaming than a really overly edited, really overly produced vlog, I kind of limit the amount of voiceover I do, and it'll also allow me to produce more, because voiceover is probably one of the most taxing things about doing any kind of YouTube work. Anyway, when I go into somewhere, usually, at least in Korea, they're blasting music, and you know what YouTube's like about music, you get copyright strikes and all that kind of stuff. and you get demonetized, so I do have to be careful with that. When I go in somewhere, I will be muting it and doing a bit of voiceover, but I'll be limiting the amount that I do. Alright, let's go inside this place here, because I'm super hot. This is called an orak실, which just means arcade, and it's really fancy inside and really bright, so it'd be cool to have a look around. But again, loud music, so voiceover time. Korean arcades known as orak실 are popular spots throughout South Korea. Spaces offer a wide variety of games and activities that appeal to people of all ages, providing both entertainment and a place to unwind. Korean arcades are vibrant, bustling environments where you can find a mix of old and new games. They offer a wide variety of experiences, from simple, easy-to-play games to more complex and challenging ones. These arcades cater to different tastes, making them a popular destination for individuals, groups of friends, and even families. In a typical Korean arcade, you'll find various game types, including rhythm games, sports simulations, and claw machines. These games range from those that test your skills and reflexes to others that rely more on chance. Claw machines in particular are incredibly popular, with players trying to win prizes like plush toys or electronics. Korean arcades also serve as social spaces. They provide an opportunity for friends to compete against each other, share experiences, and simply enjoy some downtime together. Many arcades have areas where you can relax after a round of games, creating a laid-back atmosphere that's welcoming to everyone. Some arcades in Korea focus on retro gaming, bringing back classic games that evoke a sense of nostalgia. These retro arcades attract those who want to relive the gaming experiences of the past, as well as younger generations curious about older games. Meanwhile, other arcades might offer themed experiences, providing a unique twist on the traditional arcade environment. Despite the rise of home gaming and mobile devices, arcades in Korea have remained popular by constantly evolving. They offer experiences that are difficult to replicate at home, such as large-scale simulators and immersive setups. This ability to adapt and offer new gaming experiences keeps arcades relevant and appealing. So, Korean arcades are more than just places to play games, they're an integral part of social life and entertainment in South Korea. Whether you're a casual visitor or a dedicated gamer, these spaces
really
offer
cool
something
inside.
for everyone.
I'm glad I went inside. First time
If you ever
getting
get the
inside
chance to
there.
visit South Korea, be sure to check
I think
out
it's a cool
an
date
orak실
idea
and
if
see
you're hanging
what makes
out
them so
with
special.
friends or somebody else. Definitely consider going to an arcade. It's definitely not just for kids at all here. A lot of adults go there on dates and have a good time, try the machines.
This place is totally abandoned right now, as you can see. And of course the main entrance is all chained up, but over here you can walk through to get to the other side. So this is the first episode, and so this will be the worst episode that you ever watch, because with each repetition I'll improve my editing, my filming, comfort in front of the camera. It's kind of creepy when it's all dark and not very well lit, isn't it? Okay. But in terms of long form, I really haven't done that much. I've done a couple of mini series. I did my cafe series, but that was a totally different style. That was like very heavily edited, very carefully planned, and all that kind of stuff. Whew. And the other thing with that series is it took a lot of time. Like, it took a lot of time to film, it took a lot of time to edit, so much time to edit. And in the end, well, up until now, it hasn't really been worth it in terms of reach or in terms of reaction. So I'm totally scrapping that form of filming, and I'm going to try and, you know, migrate the way that I make my short form, which does get a lot of traction, into long form. And so, of course, you guys have seen I do minimally edited, and you know, I don't do trending music and all that kind of stuff. And so that's exactly how it would be on the long form as well. Of course, I want to show you guys around this neighborhood, random neighborhood here in Seoul. But this is the kind of vibe you get if you walk around at 1 a.m. And of course, very safe. But I will say, I have spoken a little bit about safety before, safety living in Seoul. Seoul is a very big city. Seoul has 10 million people. It's bigger than London. But despite that, I'm comfortable, this is as a man actually, walking around at any time of the day in any neighborhood. Now, I don't think you can experience that in city, at least in the West, and in my home city of London, absolutely no chance. There are so many areas of London that I wouldn't visit even in the daytime, even in the morning. I can list to Seoul, I actually can't even name a single neighborhood that I personally wouldn't go to. Of course, saying this, there's a huge amount of privilege that comes with being a guy. I know the experience is not the same for girls at all, and regardless of which country you're in, it's about you, but it's still statistically very unlikely when you're walking around that something will happen to you in terms of things like theft. The theft, and especially violent theft rates, are extremely low here. Extreme. So again, this is one of the reasons I can walk around with my camera out in the middle of the night without even giving it a second thought. Like, the thought doesn't even cross my mind that I've got to be people. And on the contrary, is that okay to say? Just like spiders, they're probably more to a bridge, and I kind of like going up the bridge and getting a nice little view from the top of that and see where it leads. Working up a bit of a sweat now. I shan't complain about the fact that it's summer, it's hot, it's humid. That's just how it is here in Korea. Okay, no zoom. Anyway, let's go back down. It's cool they have an elevator on this. People choose in a lot of, but not all. But I do get the sense that they are trying. Still exploring the neighborhood. I've never actually walked down this far, and so I'm already feeling a sense of accomplishment filming today's episode, because it's actually got me out of my it's definitely pushing me to go places where I wouldn't usually go. I like a house, to be honest. I need a reason to get out of the house. Just come across this ATM. ATMs in Korea are not out in the street. They are in buildings. This is not a 24-hour one. It says 24-hour, but it's off. Anyway, I was going to pop in there because usually they have aircon blasting 24 hours. So if you're ever in a bit of a pickle and you're getting a bit too overheated, I am pretty much right now. Cool, there's like a random mirror in the street here. Good for taking selfies. I am quite surprised with this neighborhood how there seems to be literally nothing here. There's no open shops. Oh, a Lambo. I wanted to show you the Lambo, but it's already zooming off. Can we try and catch the Lambo? There are a lot of Lamborghinis in Seoul, I feel. A lot of rentals, but there are people with some quite serious money here in Seoul, as you can imagine, with all the development over the years, all those giant household name companies that you have, Samsung, LG, Hyundai, etc. There are quite a few billionaires and even more millionaires here in Seoul. You pretty much got to be a millionaire just to afford a 3-bedroom apartment in most of Seoul these days. I actually found an Emart 24 convenience store. So that's like, obviously Emart is the supermarket and 24 is their little convenience store chain. And I'm gonna pop in because I think we need to hydrate. All this walking around is making me so thirsty. Oops. So let's go in and see what we can find. 안녕하세요. So there's a little bit of music in this one, but it's not super loud, so I might get away with it in terms of copyright, but I've still got to be careful. Very friendly in there. Got my Pocari sweat, and yeah, lovely. You'll find in Korea when you're shopping and stuff, the customer service might not be what you're expecting compared to other countries or your home country, but I do find the older generation tend to be much friendlier. So when you're in a supermarket, when you're in a convenience store, they're smiley and chatty much more than the younger generation. That's obviously a generalization, but it's also based on my experience, based on my years and years of experience. It's now 11:30 here in Korea, and that means I totally messed up the chronology of the first vlog, but I am outside because I need to pop into the ramen library, which I think some of you have heard of. It's right here, to find some buldak noodles, because I'm doing a series right now on the short form where I'm trying to eat every single buldak that's available here in South Korea. And you can see, I'll spin the camera around, here is the ramen library in Hongdae, and it's full of tourists because it's really popular, so we can pop inside. And the whole thing is just places to eat ramen on these giant ramen cup type things, and then a wall full of ramen. Just wanted to show you guys this amazing view over here in this park. So I'm here in Mapo, just in a neighborhood, and not many people know about this park. I don't want to keep it the same way, but I do want to show you guys the amazing view that you can find here in Mapo. So we're just 10 minutes walk away from the center of Hongdae, that big main red road, but you can still find such an incredible view across the river of Yeouido. So this is Yeouido here, the big business district, and have a look.